Welcome back to Spike Coffee and Sarcasm with Chris and Van.
Oh, that little thing moves fast.
We should clarify you're talking about the recording thing on our computers is what's moving fast.
Yeah, so I was watching Audacity, and that I have a new computer, y'all. You should be happy. But anyway, this my new, it's all the settings. I don't know if it's because I haven't changed the settings or whatever, but it seems like it's flying by. I don't know.
Well, that could be the rum talking too. I'm just saying.
It could be that. It could be that. I'm not gonna lie.
It could be the rum. So we have had a rough week, not only with podcast stuff, but other stuff going on in both of our lives. But we wanted to take this opportunity with, why is that in the, really? This girl, I'm telling you people, Crystal should just not have alcohol.
That's not true. That's not true. This is what's getting me through this week. I'm just kidding.
Well, okay. Touche, because I'm also drinking, but she's on her second shot of rum now, plus a drink with rum in it. So in about 15 minutes, this could get very interesting.
It'll get kind of fun.
So we wanted to make this episode not all, but some of this episode to be about how great, and I say that with the utmost sarcasm in my voice, how great technology is. Because technology has not been our friend this week.
Not at all. Not at all.
We wanted to talk a little bit about how technology has changed over, the 40-something or 30-something years since we were 10 or whatever, how that's changed.
Okay, so I'm not sure if we ever really talked about what the whole issue with my computer was, but I want to say probably about 3 weeks ago, I was smart enough to dump a whole glass of orange juice on my computer. And it was on it wasn't on a closed computer, it was on my laptop, and it completely covered my entire laptop. So I haven't even tried to turn it on since then. I dried it out, I took battery out, I did the whole everything. But in order for us to do the podcast, I needed a computer. So Mark, my husband, gave me his computer, and that worked really well. I didn't have any problems with it until this last week when we recorded our episode, and it shut off right in the middle. It completely it wasn't even a warning. It just shut off. It shut like it was almost like the battery just ran out, but it's plugged in. I don't know what happened. It just shut off. Mm-hmm. We tried to re-record. We tried to pick up where we left off, and that didn't work out.
What a mess.
Well, yes, I'm assuming it was pretty bad. So anyway, this past week, if anybody goes on Facebook, you know that there's those swap and sell sites, and I happened to find somebody who was selling a computer. So I took a chance, and I had my husband look it up, and he said that it was a good deal. So I went and got it, and it turned out so far, knock on wood, it turned out to be a good deal. Everything's working great. It was a lot newer than my last computer, and even the one that I was using that was my husband's. So it's really cool. I've hooked up everything to it. I've synced my phone to it. I get all kinds of message notifications. You'd think I was brand new to this whole technology thing. So
well, okay, but can you saran wrap the shit out of it so the next time you spill a drink on it, it won't mess up the computer? I think you need to cover it in plastic.
Well, I think
honestly,
I think you're probably right, because I get so mad at my kids because they spill stuff. You know what? I got to tell you a funny story speaking of that. I get mad at my kids because they spill stuff, and then here I go and dump a whole glass of orange juice on my computer. So anyway, the other day in my house, I have it's not white, but it's an off-white carpet, and we bought the house that way, and it needs, truthfully, we probably need to redo I don't know, get new carpet or something. It's been in here since 94 when the house was made. But anyway.
Yum.
So the other day, my youngest son, Dylan, I was watching something on TV, and out of the corner of my eye, I see him frantically running through the kitchen. I was trying to ignore it. Honestly, I was trying to ignore it. If I ignore it, then nothing happened. I don't have to even know what happened. But
this is not really happening.
No, I really was trying to ignore it. So I kind of, out of the corner of my eye, I see him scrambling all over the kitchen. And then, so I'm trying to ignore it. And then a second later, he goes, "Hey, Mom." And I was like, "Man, why do you got to ask me? Why do you, just, if you don't say anything, it didn't happen." But so right? He says to me, he says, "Hey, Mom, where's that little rug that used to go right here in front of the doorway?" And I went, you know what? I said, "What'd you do?" And he goes, "Well, it was an accident." And I said, "Dylan, what'd you do?" And he goes, "Well, I made this drink and I accidentally spilled it on the carpet." And I'm like, "Oh my God." So I looked down and sure enough, it can't just be like Sprite or something like that. It's got to be red Kool-Aid on my white carpet.
Oh, of course.
A whole cup.
Of course.
And Van, I'm talking about, it was like a 16 or 20 ounce cup. It was like this. It was this size. And he spilled. It was full. The entire thing on the floor. Red Kool-Aid. So I'm telling him, and I'm trying not to get mad. So I told him, I said, "Dylan, you cannot wipe up Kool-Aid off of the carpet with paper towels. You have to get a towel. Get a towel and get the the carpet cleaner stuff out of the laundry room." So he goes in there, he gets that, he starts wiping it up. Then the next thing I know, he goes, "Look, see, you can't even tell." And I looked down, and he had taken one of the rugs that I have in my kitchen and put it over the stain on the floor in the living room. So anyway, yes.
It's magic.
I know. So now I have a big red stain and a red piece of carpet covering the big red stain on my white carpet. So yeah. I won't be drinking anywhere near my computer. I have set up things different so that now I'm away from my computer while I'm drinking my rum and Dr. Pepper.
That's good.
So that's my plan. That's my plan.
Let's keep them separated for now. Let's keep them separated.
You just made me want to sing. Keep them separated. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
You could edit that out, right? You could edit that out.
Oh, I could, but I'm not going to.
You are so not fun.
Because I have the control. I have all the editing controls. So I take out what I want, leave in what I want.
Okay, so tell me so let's explain your issue with technology, because I would love to hear how you explain it.
Explain
the
our
problem,
situation?
Yes, the problem that we had with our shitty episode.
Okay, well, this has been a rough week for me, just for personal reasons. Broken window. Yeah. Just my son, and it's just been a bad week. So we recorded on Monday. Recorded on Monday. So I had, Tuesday, Wednesday. I had Tuesday and Wednesday, and I was even home on Wednesday all day that I could start editing this episode.
But you know what? I thought about that too. I thought when you said that today. Sorry, go ahead.
Emotionally I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I was just too emotionally gone.
I know.
So Friday, I get on after work and I'm like, okay, I'm going to get this edited so I can send it to Chris and then she can get it posted and we'll have an episode up this week. So I bring them up, start getting them all together, and it is a complete fucking mess. Like, it is just, it's not salvageable. We're off. We paused at one point because our phones started having issues. We lost connection. We were having those issues. I was like, okay, maybe I could do this and then I could do this. And I just was like, I called Chris and I was like, there's no way there's just no way. First of all, I don't know enough about editing a podcast, know how to salvage this. And second, it's going to take forever, even if I do figure it out. And I was so mad at myself because if I had gone and looked at it on Wednesday or started doing it on Wednesday, we could have recorded again on Thursday or even Wednesday night, and we could have had another episode out by Friday. But so anyway, it's, live and learn. It's one of those podcasting things that you learn as you go. Everybody makes mistakes. So yeah, we just have to try and do things differently. And it would be so much better if we were in the same state, but somebody won't move back home. So whatever.
You say that. You say somebody won't move back home, and I agree with you. I'm not going to lie. Some days I miss Arizona, but right now, in May, well, I guess technically now it's June. June 2nd. What is today? June 2nd? Already. June 2nd, it's already halfway through the year, Van.
I know. I'm going to have an 11-year-old in 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so June 2nd, right? Right now, it is, I don't know, 70 degrees, maybe less than that. It's like 65 degrees. I'm in a blanket because it's chilly, and you guys are at 100 and fry right now.
100 and fry. Nice. But truth. But yeah, I don't know if it's 100 and fry, but let me tell you, the temperature right now is, oh, well, I thought I had the temperature thing on my computer, but I guess I don't. Oh, wait, here we go. I will tell you what the temperature is right now in Arizona at 8:02 p.m. It is, well, maybe I'll tell you. I don't know if this thing will work. Oh, there we go.
I'm looking at mine, too, to tell you really what it is.
Okay, you know what? This is what I'm talking about, technology. Why can't I just click on something that's on my computer and it just tell me what I want to know? Why do I have to log in, put in information, think of a password, make a profile just to know what the fucking temperature is outside? Technology is good for some things, and sometimes it is just a pain in the butt.
Agreed. I agree with that.
So everybody can hear me typing, because I just went to Google, because I don't have to type in my blood type into Google to know what the temperature is.
Or give your firstborn kid.
It is currently 97 degrees.
It's not 97 degrees here.
Yes, but what is your humidity? What's your humidity in Minnesota right now?
It's actually not, it's really not bad right now because it's raining. So it's
I wish it was raining here.
It's really cool.
I'm kind of jealous that it's raining.
Yeah, it is. And one thing about up here in northern Minnesota, it is when it does rain and we have the thunderstorms, and aside from the tornadoes, the thunderstorms, we get that. Okay, I know in the valley, which is where Vanessa lives, she lives in the valley. So she kind of gets when you get thunderstorms, you get the microbursts that happen really fast, and the thunderstorms there are beautiful and they sound great and it smells so good. But you don't hear it like you do here, since it's way open. You can literally hear the thunder literally roll from like one end, and you hear it all the way over to the other end of wherever you're at. So
okay, Garth.
I wasn't trying to quote a Garth Brooks song, but it truly is.
Okay, I was.
And that was dark. Garth was dark. This, I'm talking about true, serious nature. The thunder rolls across the sky, and it sounds so neat. But then we wind up getting what?
Well, I'm confused. So
Garth's song.
I've just started listening to country music again. I am unaware of what the song "The Thunder Rolls" by Garth Brooks is about.
Oh, it's about a husband cheating on his wife, and the thunder rolls. Okay. So he sees the lightning flash in her eyes, and he knows that she knows, and the thunder rolls. His song is dark. Later, she goes in and kills him. Or she shoots him. But that's only in the live. I think that's only in the live, like when he sings it live. That was totally off topic.
Wow. That was a squirrel.
A squirrel. Totally I do that all the time.
We've gone off topic like twice so far, and we're, 14 minutes in. So.
Anyway, I'm trying to figure out what the actual temp is here. True to form, technology doesn't want to play nice with me, and it won't load.
Look up, see what the temperature is in Canada. You're close enough.
Yes. I'm 6 miles south of Canada. Did you know that? I am the furthest north
yes, I did.
In the United States that you can get before reaching Canada. That's where I live.
I like to call it Mayberry.
I know
it's Mayberry to me.
You need to move your phone. Because my picture is covering up your eyes. Not your tongue.
Well, it's because I have it plugged in because it was charging, and this cord is being a bitch.
It's moving your phone on its own.
Yeah.
This is so much fun. Oh, okay.
My gosh.
It's 53 and cloudy in Warroad, Minnesota, right? And it says that the real feel is 50. Yeah.
So it is chilly there.
It is a little chilly today.
I have to say I'm a little jealous because it's going to be like 107 tomorrow.
Okay, but literally in 6 months from now, that conversation is going to be completely reversed. I'll be the one saying I'm a little jealous because it'll be negative 40 here.
Yeah, and it'll be nice and pleasant 62 here.
Yep. I know, when I lived in Arizona, I used to think it was so crazy when we'd have those random once every 10 years where it would very lightly sprinkle down snow, or the dog's bowl would freeze, or something like that. That's an everyday occurrence now in the winter for like 8 months straight.
Oh, yeah. Chris is a girl who grew up in Arizona, born and raised.
In Phoenix and Tempe. Yep.
Yeah, until she was 20-something, 30-something. When did you move to Minnesota?
34, I think.
34. Until she was 34 years old. And then her and her husband decide, hey, let's move to the most northern part of Minnesota that we can find. Mm-hmm. Let's go do this. And so we're going to be in negative whatever cold weather that they've never experienced before ever in their entire lives.
Yep.
I think they're out of their minds.
I am.
They've been there for a long time, so.
That's not even a lie. We're out of our minds. And you know the day that I moved here? I got here on May 6th, 2006, and it snow flurried the day I got here in May. And I have found out since then that through the history of whatever, northern Minnesota or whatever, it has snowed at least once in every single month. Every month. Not since I've been here.
See,
it's never snowed in August, but...
If it were me, and I arrived there on May 6th, and it was snowing in May, I would have just turned right back around and came back home. Like, there's no way. I would have been like, nope.
I gotta
if
tell
it's snowing in May, I know that it's going to be fucking freezing in January. So I'm not staying here. No, I'm just not going to stay here.
You know what? And you're absolutely right. I got to tell you, the first year that we were here in 2006, like I said, we got here in May. First year that we were here, Brandon's birthday, so he was turning 6. Move your hand. I cannot.
I'm sorry. I'm unplugging my phone so it stops moving. Gosh.
Okay, so we moved here and we went to the next town over at this place. It was like a Peter Piper pizza, but it's called the Pizza Ranch. So we went to have this. Stop laughing at me. For real. Listen to me.
Pizza Ranch.
Hey, the Pizza Ranch was cool.
Oh,
May it rest in peace, because it's not here anymore in Roseau, Minnesota. It has moved on. But anyway, we went to the Pizza Ranch, okay? So this is Brandon's birthday in December, and he was turning 6. So we were coming home that night. We got the very first... Achoo!
Excuse me.
Bless you. We got the very first taste of the weather, like the worst of the weather here when we, since we'd been here, and it ice rained. So on the way home, we're driving down the highway, and I'm not kidding. Mark was he's driving down the highway, and he would go over 20 miles an hour, and I was beating the shit out of him from the passenger side, going, slow down, you're going too fast. Oh my gosh, we're going to wind up in a ditch. Yeah, it was not fun. And now here we are almost 13 years later, and I'm thinking, why? Why did we do that?
So I remember when I came up there for one of our new kids' adventures, and Mark picked me up from the airport
in Grand Forks,
and I drove back with I drove back with him and 2 of your kids, I think, or 3 of your kids.
Yep.
And we're on this road driving to your house, and it's literally something out of a horror movie. We're driving down this 2-lane road. It's dark. There's nothing but woods and trees all around. And there's literally floating fog on the road. Mm-hmm. And I told Mark, I said, I feel like a serial killer is going to jump out in front of this car at any moment. And he just started laughing. I'm like, I don't know how you do this all the time. This shit would freak me out.
I know, it's crazy, right? It is crazy.
Yes, no.
And you know what? I'm not for 1 second am I trying to defend anything, because all of those things that you're saying are all the things that I thought too, that I'm thinking. And even now, some days I'll be driving to work, and it's, I leave for work at 6:30 in the morning, and there's fog that's so low that it's like you're driving through a cloud. And I'm thinking, I've never seen fog like this before. And it still amazes me 12 and 13 years later. Really? We have fog that's that bad?
All I know is this city girl is not moving to Mayberry.
You be smart.
I can tell you that right now. So, we've gotten off the technology track.
Yeah, but this is fun.
I know. So, okay, I still don't want to go back to technology yet. I want to talk about something that happened to me when I was at lunch the other day, because humans amaze me. And they amaze me in both. Yes, they amaze me in both good ways, and then they amaze me in what the fuck are you doing ways. And this is a what the fuck are you doing way. So a friend of mine and I that I work with, we went to lunch at Chick-fil-A, and this is like the week that all of the schools got out. Like, this is the start of summer break. So we get there, and every single mom with her children is at Chick-fil-A because it's lunchtime, and it's let's eat lunch before we all go home and take a nap. So this is what you do when you're a single mom. And I know this because I was a single mom. Or not a single mom, a stay-at-home mom. Sorry. So, like, every stay-at-home mom is there with her kids. So my friend says, wow, it's really busy in here today. And I was like, yep. So anyway, we sit down, we eat lunch, we get up, and we have our trays. And we're walking over to the garbage to where you dump everything in. And this guy, I'm standing there at the garbage, and he turns around. He has dumped his stuff into the garbage. And he turns around, and I'm standing there holding my tray with garbage on it. And he looks at me like I should move out of his way. And
why?
We're having a standoff because he's looking at me and I'm looking at him. I'm sorry. I have the tray of crap to throw away. You just did that. So can you kind of move to the side and walk past me? Because I'm not moving out of the way from where the garbage can is because you can't figure your shit out. Like, I couldn't believe it. I'm just standing there looking at him like, are you kidding me right now? Like, he literally looked at me like he wanted me to step aside so he could walk past me while I have my tray of stuff to throw in the garbage can. So you want me to take one step over away from the garbage can so you can walk by versus you step one step over from the garbage can you no longer need to use.
Right?
And let me walk to the garbage can. Oh no. He looked at me like I had 14 heads. Like, what are you doing, lady?
Please, Van. Please tell me you said something to him, please.
No, I did not. And I'm going to tell you why I didn't. Because the place was full of kids.
Okay, well,
and I
fine.
don't do confrontations in front of kids. But we did walk out behind them, and I did say, not quietly, people fucking amaze me with their stupidity. Let me move out of your way while I need to get something done, but you're already done with what you needed to do. Please just let me get out of your way. The mentality of people in our society these days, it's the entitlement. Like, I am the only person here, and everybody needs to move out of my way.
Van.
You get it in the grocery store, going back to the grocery store.
Yep.
You're walking down and, there's cart, you're walking face to face with somebody with the cart, and people will look at you like, are you going to move? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm the furthest over on this side. I'm pretty sure you're in my way.
It's like the game
not
of
the
chicken.
Other way around.
And
yes.
The same rules apply when you're in the grocery store with your cart. You stay on the right side. I mean,
it's like driving.
Right. The same rules apply. It's
yes.
ingrained in our heads. You stay on the right side. I don't know where these people forgot that. I mean, they probably drove there unless they're riding their bike or something. But even so, you stay on the right side. When you pass somebody in the hallway, you stay on the right side. I mean, it's common sense.
Yes. And then, because it happened to me at Target today where I was on the wrong side. I was in the wrong. I was walking towards somebody and I was on the left side and I should have been on the right side. And I went around, I moved out of her way and I said, I'm sorry, excuse me, because I was in the wrong.
Right.
Most people will not even say a word to you if they have to move out of the way, even though they're supposed to. Like, I'm where I'm supposed to be, you are not, but because you had to correct the way you were coming, you're going to give me a dirty look and probably cuss me out in your head? Mm-hmm. Okay. Like,
Van, don't feel bad. These are people who have probably just ate Tide Pods before they left this house.
True.
I mean, seriously. They probably did. And generally, the people you're having problems with are half your age. And that is the age of entitlement. These are the kids that are going to vote and you know.
Lord help us.
Right?
Oh, there's just times. Oh, and then when I was at Target today, I almost took a picture so I could, hold on, I'm getting a text message from my son.
Uh-oh.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, pause. Well, don't really pause, but just pause for a second. Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves. Well, I'm looking up technology stuff while Van is dealing with her son via technology. We'll see how that works out.
Oh, it sounds like he has a key. My son was supposed to be at a sleepover, but apparently Mom canceled. I don't know.
Are you...
Nathan? Are you home?
That's not Nathan.
No, that's Ian.
That kid right there trying to pass himself off as Nathan, that ain't Nathan. I can tell you that.
No. What are you doing, Nate? What are you doing? Are you coming upstairs? Okay, sorry about that. Just, motherhood. Okay, back to Target. So, I almost took a picture so I could post it on our Instagram and our Facebook because we talked about it in one of our episodes where people don't push in the carts, all the way. So, I went to go put my cart away, and there's no reason why all these carts can't be pushed together. Like, there's not one of those kid carts that makes it hard, to push them in or, whatever.
Right.
And somebody literally walked up and just put their cart right at the end, and it was barely touching the cart in front of them. And it was because nobody else had pushed their carts into the other carts, it was outside of the cart area. So if wind picked up, it would have pushed that cart and hit somebody's car.
Oh my gosh, I am learning something about you right now. You are totally neurotic about shopping carts. That's funny to me because now, ever since you brought that up about the carts, I've actually physically thought about it. Every time I use the shopping cart. Let me tell you, first of all, when I go to the grocery store, we're not allowed to take the carts out of the grocery store. They have carryouts. And I know I knew that was going to make you laugh. After 12 years, I cannot get used to somebody carrying my groceries out. If they don't do it on their little trolley cart, they hand carry our groceries out. We don't do it. Okay, so it takes the element out of the grocery store, but right next door is it's called Shopco. It's kind of like a mini Walmart or something like that, like a small store. Mm-hmm. And it has shopping carts. And when I walk out using the shopping cart, it has the little place where you put them. And every single time now I think about you and this conversation that we had about how nobody pushes in their carts. And I think, I'm one of those people because I do push it in, but sometimes I don't push it all the way in. And I'm realizing now that you're neurotic. You're neurotic about this.
You don't even have to push it all the way in, but can you just make sure that it's over the little bar on the end so it doesn't roll away?
Now that I do.
I'm not asking you to be a shopping cart person who goes and gets the shopping carts and pushes them all in. But come on, it's common sense. Just push it. Maybe I'm a little neurotic.
Maybe you are a little. Okay, so for our podcasting listeners, I would like to know, using hashtag shopping carts, do you push in your shopping cart into the cart in front of you, or do you just set it inside the little shopping cart area outside in the parking lot? I would love to know the answer to that, because I want to know if I'm the only one who doesn't always push it in.
Or are you one of those people who puts the shopping cart... Not only do you not push it inside the shopping cart area, the corral, we can call it.
Corral, yes.
But you decide, I'm just going to put it on the very side of the corral. instead of just moving it. Oh my God, she's drinking from the fucking bottle.
You're making me laugh. Wow. That's funny.
Ugh.
You're neurotic.
I mean, it's just common sense to me. Like, I just don't understand it. What are you, do you have mice? What are you doing?
You know what? I keep hearing laughing, and I feel like I'm being watched, and I probably am. My kids are probably watching me from the windows or whatever. They're in Brandon's, I don't know if Brandon's home or not, but I feel like I'm being watched, so I keep looking at the window because the blinds are open, and it's like a creepy movie with the fog and stuff. So just give me my moment.
This fireball's making me hot. Okay.
Are we back to that again? Oh my gosh,
we're
the
back
fireball
to it being
makes you
hot. It's hot. It's hot in here. So anyway, those were my 2 experiences in over the week with the guy in Chick-fil-A, just, you know, entitlement and Target and my neurotic grocery cart stuff. And so...
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. You know what, though? We all have it. There's always those issues. There's certain things that work. Pet peeves. I mean, they're big deals. They're like, you know, there's that one thing that just like weighs on you, and you want to kill somebody every time it happens. And I get that.
Yeah, like my son chomping on ice last night while we're watching TV. Oh my God. He knows how I feel about this. I've had conversations with my children about eating chips loudly, eating ice.
Yep.
Eating with their mouth open. It drives me crazy. And he's just over there sitting on the couch, chomping on his ice like it's the best thing since sliced bread. And I'm like, excuse me. Hello? He's like, what? The ice. Why are you doing that right now? He's like, I'm just eating ice. That's the problem. You're eating ice.
I totally get that. I totally do.
Oh, man. Okay, so going back to technology, which is what we started out with 30 minutes ago. Pet peeves about people being on their phones.
Okay.
What are your pet peeves about people being on their phones?
When you're trying to have a conversation with... Okay, I'm conscious of this, and I always feel guilty, and I notice that I do it most when my kids are trying to talk to me and somebody's texted me, or going to the grocery store or whatever. I have seen people in the line on their phone texting or talking or doing whatever while they're checking out. I cannot do that. I cannot be on my phone texting or whatever. I'm one of those people that apologizes profusely if I get a text message, I use the grocery store as an example because that's usually when somebody's telling me, like Mark or my kids, or one of them is telling me, hey, can you grab this from the store? So generally when I'm at the grocery store, I do check my phone because I don't want to have to go back. So if you're in the line at the grocery store, you're getting ready to check out and you get a text message or somebody calls you, don't answer it. Don't text back. But that is, I'm guilty of it too. But I try not to do it in the line. Yeah. And if I do get a text or a phone call, I almost always get out of the line to take it because I know it's going to be somebody saying, hey, we need this, or hey, can you pick this up for me? I have seen so many times where somebody will answer their phone and just be like looking at the cashier like, hold on just a minute. Really? There's 7 people behind you. No, she doesn't have to hold on. Get out.
That's the entitlement thing. I find that to be so rude, and not only rude to the cashier who is trying to be nice to you because it's their job.
Yep.
They're in a customer service job, so it is their job to be nice to you and to conversate with you, which some of them shouldn't conversate as much as they do, but that's another issue.
Right.
So they're trying to, interact with you and make sure you're having a good experience checking out or whatever, and you're on your phone and you're not paying attention to what they're doing.
Yep.
They tell you your total and you have to ask them 14 times what the total is because you're not paying attention. And then you have the people, like you just said, hold on a second. No. This is not your grocery store. You are not the only one here. There are other people trying to get home and get their groceries home, and you want us to hold on?
Yep.
How about no?
Okay.
Let's not do that.
So I have a funny story, but it's not really funny. It's one of those pet peeve things, and it is technology related, but in a different respect. So I was at Walmart. There was a lady in front of me,
well,
and
there's your first problem.
Yeah, right. Okay, so there's a lady in front of me, and she's trying to check out, and it was very obvious that her and the cashier were having an issue. I don't know what the issue was. I happened to walk up in the middle of it, so they were just having an argument back and forth. And the lady that was checking out, I don't know this, like I said, I don't know the circumstances, but this lady had given the cashier, she had given her, you know how when it's, say your total comes to like 3708 or something like that, and the lady gives you, or the lady in front of me had given her $40.08, and the cashier did not know how to count back the change. So instead, she typed it in. It was one of those things where she just said, "Oh, I already typed it in, so it's too late." Even if you type it in, you can still count it out the correct way. It was one of those situations where I was thinking, yeah, they need to teach that kind of thing in school still. It does not matter if we have technology. If it ever goes down, this woman is screwed. The cashier had no idea how to count it back.
I'm screwed too because I can't count back change. Now, I could have done that.
Yeah.
If you hand me the exact change, I know what to give you back.
Right.
Like, that's a no-brainer. But, yeah, I'm not good at counting back change. I mean, I could do it. It would probably take me a minute or two to figure it out, but...
But you could do it. This girl...
I could do it.
...was 100%, nope, I already typed it in. So what had happened was the total came to $37.08. The woman gave her 220s or something like that and 8 cents. And the cashier did not know how to give her $3 back. She gave her, $4 and whatever the change was. You know what I'm saying? Because she had already typed it in. And I was like, wow, really? But it was one of those things, I realized after the lady left and the cashier and I were talking that there was an argument. The customer was not being very nice to her, so she was having a moment. They were arguing about something. She was having a moment, and when the lady left, the cashier was like, "I'm really sorry." She apologized and everything, but I really felt bad for her that she. Mm-hmm. I think it was more, maybe she couldn't have done it, and that would be a problem for her if there weren't technology, but maybe she was just being awful to her because the lady was being awful first. So, I don't know, but that's a pet peeve.
Some people just like to be awful just because they want to be awful, and I've seen that 1,000 times too. But, that whole thing, that bothers me too, that just get off your phone. If somebody's trying to help you with something that you need, just show the same courtesy and just get off your phone. Whatever it is not that important. Unless you are getting a phone call saying somebody has died, then there's no reason for you not to be able to say, "Hey, let me call you right back. I'm in the checkout line." I've done it 1,000 times.
Me too.
It does not, or just say, "Hey, hold on a second. Put your phone down. Finish your transaction and then pick your phone back up."
Yep.
But don't ignore this person who's been standing here for God knows how many hours. Their feet hurt. They're tired, but they're still being nice to you.
Yep.
Now, it doesn't happen all the time because there's some cashiers that aren't like that. I had one today at Jersey Mike's.
What about, have you ever had a no electronics weekend with your kids? Like, have you ever, since the blast of technology came and they got their cell phones and their Xbox and their tablets or whatever electronics they have you ever just cut it off and said, "Okay, here, we're going to have a no electronics weekend"?
I haven't done it lately. I have done it in the past. But in exactly... Wait, today's the 2nd? So 1, 2, 3... In about 4 weeks, give or take, the boys and I are going up north to Pine Top with my dad and his wife. And we're going to stay in a cabin for 5 days. 5 days. Okay. And there will be no Xbox. I have told them that they can take their phones, but it is basically going to be a very limited electronic weekend. Yep. We all, and including me, I'm going to put my phone down. In fact, where I'm going to be and who I'm going to be with, there's no reason for me to even have my phone on. Nobody's going to call me.
I will not be there.
Okay.
You know what? What if I need you?
Well, we got to make sure we have an episode up for that week too, because I won't be able to record. But anyway, that's far away. So
That's only 4 weeks, Van. That's not far away. Why is this the first time I'm hearing about this? I'm just kidding, too. I think it's great.
No, I did tell you. But I am so looking forward to it because I think it's great. I think that everybody needs to do more no electronic weekends. Like, I think everybody needs to unplug from their electronics. Do you have a serial killer in your house? Because you truly are acting like there's like gonna be some demon that's gonna jump out at you at any moment.
You've been watching too much Supernatural. You have been. That happened to me too. I talked about demons and all kinds of stuff. No, I figured out what the noise is. It's Brandon and his girlfriend. They're in the next room. They finally got home from the movies and they're being too damn noisy. So I'm going to have to go out there and knock them out.
Chicka, wow,
No. We're not talking like that, Van. No.
Oh, just kidding. Brandon, don't do that.
That's funny.
So, okay. So back on track. Squirrel.
Look, some shiny.
I do think that
sparkly stuff.
everybody needs to do less electronics.
I totally agree. It's time for a no electronics weekend. We are planning this summer because we bought a camp trailer last year and we only got to use it once or twice. Well, the first couple of times we used it, it was in our front yard just to make sure everything worked right. But we did go camping the last weekend of the summer last year. This year, I would like to go a few more times, like more often. Last time that when we went camping last year, the only thing the kids had was their phones. I think it would be good, though, to go without having phones or anything. But
so let me ask you a question, though.
Okay.
Real quick. It's totally off subject. But how is camping outside of your front yard any different than camping in your front yard? Because where you live, that's like camping every day.
Okay, that's true. But camping outside in my front yard gives me access to my house. Camping away from my front yard, I don't have access to my house. So I would have to make sure that I have everything that I need. I would we camped in the front yard just to make sure that everything worked and that we had everything we needed and we didn't need to go in the house. And we did find out that there was a couple of things, we need this, so we went in the house for it. That was the purpose of camping in the front yard. But when we went camp, you know what though? A lot of people give us grief because we have, well, not up here because everybody has a camp trailer. But if I lived in Phoenix, they would give us grief about camping with a camp trailer. Well, you're just taking your house out to a campsite. Well, yeah, but I'm old and I'm not sleeping on the ground. Sorry.
Oh, I know. My dad wanted to do this trip and he wanted to do like full on camping, like tents and sleep on the ground.
No.
I said, no, I'm not doing that. I don't do that anymore. No, if you want me to be able to walk the next day, you need to find me a cabin with a bed.
Right.
Hopefully a comfortable bed.
Right.
That you just kind of take your chances there, but... So, okay, I didn't mean to interrupt your story. I just was curious about that.
Nope, that's okay. But, I'm thinking we should do our... Well, how are we going to wrap up this episode? I guess we really didn't talk about that. Oh, you think that I'm bad? You're drinking Fireball. Right out of the bottle.
I just finished it. Well, I just finished the last little bit. I'm not going to go put that back in my freezer. So, time to buy another bottle.
Yeah, right?
I don't know how we're going to end this episode. We didn't really talk whether we were going to do Would You Rathers or
do something random. Pick something random.
It's been a long time since I've seen my best friend just chugging out of a Malibu bottle.
Oh, wow. I probably should have bought the Captain Morgan tonight.
I'm kind of glad you didn't do Captain Morgan because I don't think you'd be coherent at this point.
Yes, I would. Maybe not.
Maybe not. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm bringing up our best friend questions and I'm just going to ask you a random question.
Oh crap. That means I got to do it too, huh? Do you know how many followers we have on Twitter now? We have like 205 followers. How exciting is that?
Wow. That's very exciting. So I don't really have a question because I already know the answer, but I kind of wanted to touch on it. So we've talked a little, or we've texted a little because, like I said a little bit earlier in this episode, I just started listening to country music again.
Yeah.
Because I was like on a country music hiatus for several years. I didn't listen to it at all. But now I've kind of started getting back into it, listening to, country music that I grew up on, listening to newer stuff. I have people that I like and people that I just don't listen to because I don't think that they're good.
Okay.
I also listen to a lot of other different types of music.
Yep.
Like I listen to, one of my favorite genres of music is Motown. So I listen to a lot of Motown.
Okay.
I love, Elvis. I love old time music. I love classic rock. I love, some pop. Depends on who it is. So like, I feel like my music taste is like a jukebox. There's certain stuff. I don't listen to hardcore rap. The only rap that I really will listen to is like 90s rap when it was
understandable.
Cool. And I don't listen to polka. One of my new favorites that I've just recently found that I actually really do enjoy listening to at work is reggae.
Really?
And
that surprises me.
And the reason for it is I took a class. My last class I took at ASU was a music class where we learned about different genres of music.
Okay.
And we learned about how music is made. It was really an interesting class. I enjoyed it a lot. And he did a thing on reggae, Bob Marley and, that kind of stuff. And so I kind of was like, oh, well, I went on to Spotify or whatever and found a reggae station or whatever, and I was listening to it at work, and I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. So anyway, that's my rant about music. I wanted to know, because I don't really think I know this about you. I know that you listen to country the majority of the time. That is your choice of music. But is there anything else that you listen to that I don't know that you listen to? I mean, I know you listen to the Pussycat Dolls, which totally just throws me off, but that's another...
Some of the other artists
I just really rambled on for a good, 2 minutes. That was really strange.
How much have you had to drink? Okay, so obviously New Kids. I like them.
Yeah.
Kid Rock. That may surprise you a little. I like some of Kid Rock's music. I
like some of Kid Rock, too.
I like Matchbox 20. I like Maroon 5. That kind. Adele. Mm-hmm. So those are...
Oh.
I mean, different...
If you don't like Adele, we cannot be friends. Sorry.
I haven't listened to much of her new stuff because I know this is going to come as a surprise to you, but we only have 2 stations up here, and one of them is country.
No.
And I don't have, XM radio, so the only other time that I can really listen to music is in the morning when I get ready for work. My time has really shortened. It used to be that it took me an hour to get ready for work, and now it's 30 minutes. Well, hello, Kaboom. Thank you for joining us.
Don't walk on the computer. Don't walk on the computer.
The cat's going to walk on the computer. That's what they do.
Don't walk on the computer. Okay.
Van.
Hi, I love you, but you got to get down.
They walk on computers. Duh.
I know, but he's so cute.
Okay, so, hey, I have baby kitties. Did I tell you that? I have 4 of them.
Yes, you told me that. I know, you told me.
I had 5. One of them died. It was stillborn.
Aw.
Poor Caitlin. She was just a mess about that. Oh my gosh. They had a funeral and everything. It was terrible. Yeah, so I haven't listened to a lot of... I started to say that, in the mornings when I get ready for work, I turn on Pandora. But it only takes me about a half hour to get ready for work, and about 4 to 5 minutes of that is blow drying my hair. I don't listen to a lot of music, and during the day, I'm not at my desk long enough anymore to really spend time listening to music. So I haven't heard a lot of Adele, of her new stuff. But I do like her voice, and I really like her older stuff. Adam Levine, he's so pretty. And I like the way he looks. And Rob Thomas.
I can agree with that.
It's like he's singing to me. Yeah, I like old Britney Spears music, old when she was just starting out. I don't know. But I really, if somebody were to say, here, put on some music, I would put on country, because that's just what I do. That's what you listen to. I'm having a virtual love affair with Florida Georgia Line. I can't help it. I love them. I like them too. So since I've been getting back into country, that surprises me, because you hated it.
I know, I really did. And I think because I'm getting older, it's and I listen to it a lot at work because it is kind of more mellow and it keeps my focus a little bit better at work.
Yep.
because when I'm studying and stuff for school, I listen to classical. I have classical on because it helps keep me focused, but I don't listen to classical at work. When I wasn't listening to country music, but always kind of kept up on what was going on, because I'm a pop culture kind of person, so I always want to know what's going on in the world, in the pop culture world. I never liked Keith Urban. I always thought he looked dirty. There was just something about him. And then he became the judge on American Idol. I was like, oh my God, I'm absolutely in love with this man. Mm-hmm. Like, I totally just turned myself around. And then I started, like, listening to his music. And that man's voice, woof, it makes me feel funny in certain places.
Makes you remember why, it makes you remember you're female? Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I know that feeling.
Yes. I really do like him. And, you know, some of my favorites are, what got me back into country was I started listening to Zac Brown Band.
Oh, yeah. I love them. Yep,
I love Zac Brown Band. I love Blake Shelton.
Yep.
I do like a little Thomas Rhett. That man is pretty. He's
really?
pretty.
Now, see, I don't think he's pretty, but I like his music. I like Thomas Rhett's
he's pretty.
Music.
He's pretty. Now, I do not, and we might get emails for me saying this, I do not like Luke Bryan. I just don't.
You're not the only one to say that. Katie doesn't like Luke Bryan either. I like his music. I don't know that I love him per se. Some of his music, I really do like his music. I like, who's the other one? His name slips me now, but I don't know. Luke Bryan he's like a good guy, kind of. I don't know.
Well, and I'm the opposite. I don't like any of his music. I don't like him at all. I don't.
So you feel about him the way you do about Rascal Flatts, huh?
Oh,
I
God.
love Rascal Flatts.
Ew, you like them?
Yes, I do. I love them.
His voice is like nails on a chalkboard to me. Like,
I know.
They come on and I'm like, no. It's like Dave Matthews Band. I can't do Dave Matthews Band either. His voice is like, stop singing.
Okay, so with like Rascal Flatts, my favorite song that they sing is What Hurts the Most. I love that song. That song comes on.
It's a good song. I just wish somebody else sang it.
And same with I've had issues with, what's that? Now I can't remember her name either.
I don't like a lot of the girl singers. I don't really like girl country singers at all.
This one has a super high voice. She sang a song with, I think it was Brad Paisley. I don't know, but I like Carrie Underwood too. Carrie Underwood, I think, has a beautiful voice.
I liked her early stuff. Now it just sounds like she's screaming. To me, she just sounds like she's screaming.
One of her albums that came out sounded like she'd really been jaded by men. For a while, she went through a thing where it sounded like she just wanted to kill every guy in her life. But I really like her music. Same with Taylor Swift. I like Taylor Swift's early music. I don't know so much about her most recent music. It seems like she's kind of got off the rails a little too. I don't know.
Well, see, I'm the exact opposite with Taylor. I didn't like her early stuff, but I liked her 1984 album.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I haven't been able to get in. I like some of the stuff on the newest one, her Reputation one. She's not the first pick. Like, I don't seek out to listen to Taylor Swift.
Right.
If she comes on and it's a song I like, I'll listen to it. But for the most part, I'm like, give or take. But I don't like a lot of the female singers. There's not really one other than like old classic ones like Reba McEntire.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, those Tanya Tucker, those types, I can listen to them. But some of the newer ones, like, don't even ask me to even turn on a Miranda Lambert song. I don't like her voice at all.
Oh, see, some of her music I like, but she is
I do
very
like
twangy.
Lady Antebellum.
Lady Antebellum, I like her too.
I do like Lady Antebellum. And I like Little Big Town or Big Little Town or whatever
Little Big
that is.
Town.
Yeah.
What about Old Dominion? They sound kind of like Rascal Flatts to me.
I haven't really listened much to them. You know, like when I have it on at work and it's the newer stuff, most of the time I don't really know who's singing because I'm not familiar with it, and unless I check my phone. So I may have heard something of theirs and I liked it. Let me tell you, if Sam Hunt showed up at my door...
Oh, I wouldn't be shutting that in his face.
Hello. Ugh.
And you know what?
I mean, not only is he hot, but he can... I mean, his voice is lovely.
And
lovely?
same.
Did I just say lovely?
You said lovely. Who says lovely? Oh my. Same with
I said lovely.
Same with Oh, I saw him in concert with Stacy Chase Rice. Oh my goodness.
I know you were like all over him for a little while. I remember you
yeah.
telling me about him.
He was fun to look at, and some of his songs were good. Oh my, yeah. I really. Cole Swindell. Do you like him?
I don't know who that is.
Cole Swindell.
I may have heard something.
Him and Luke Bryan went to school together. They were in college together. They both had music, like they played in bars and stuff. Luke Bryan made it big, and then he helped Cole Swindell make it big. So, I don't know. I like some of his music too.
Well, and you know, some of like the classic, like older, like the guys, I will always be in love with Alan Jackson.
Oh,
always.
For 100%.
I mean,
for real. Yep.
Come on. So, anyway, well, that was a nice little rant about country music and music in general. This has kind of been a hodgepodge of an episode.
Yeah, I guess
it's been a fun episode for that matter.
I guess we won't really call it the we won't call it the technology.
Okay, you gotta back that up a little bit.
Well, every time I do, you can't read it. I was just saying my phone's gonna die.
Okay, well then let's wrap this up. Email us at spikedcoffeeandsarcasm.com. Wow.
That's
I don't think I should talk anymore.
At gmail.com.
At gmail.com. Spikedcoffeeandsarcasm at gmail.com. That's my airport voice.
That's my airport voice. Find us on Spotify or iTunes. You can search for us on Twitter at coffee_n_sarcasm. How's that for an airport voice? Paging coffee and
rattling around in my
sarcasm.
kitchen. Yes, just hit us up somewhere. Let us hear from you. Give us would you rather questions. Give us your shopping cart stories. Are you neurotic
are you
like
as neurotic as Van is? Because Van is neurotic. We've determined that.
We've determined that I am neurotic about shopping carts.
Bad.
Send us pictures of the shopping carts not being in their proper place. That would be fun. Let me see what's going on in your town.
Oh my gosh, if we don't make anybody else laugh, we're certainly laughing at ourselves. So
we are certainly having a good time, that's for sure. This has been a
Corey,
fun hour.
I hope you're laughing at this one, because this one is funny.
Corey is my brother. Corey is Van's brother, and he came to my house the other day, and he says out of the blue, "Y'all are fucking stupid." And I went, "Oh, you're listening to the podcast." He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Well, how many episodes have you listened to?" He goes, "All of them." I said, "Well, did you laugh?" He goes, "Oh, I laughed my ass off because you guys are fucking stupid." I said, "You know what? The key word there is that you laughed. And that is what we're trying to do. So mission accomplished."
You know, virtual high five 2,000 miles away. Right? Here we go.
Boop. That's the sound that a virtual high five makes, just so you know. Boop.
And you know, it's really funny to me that Corey would say that I listen to all of them, because Corey is just, I have known this kid for as long as I've known Van. I knew him when he was, like little. So for him to say that he listened to all of these episodes and he laughed his ass off because we're stupid, well, duh. That's like the best compliment. Thank you.
Right?
So, Corey, we love you. We really do love you. Like a brother.
We're going to say goodbye now. We've been rambling on. Toodaloo.
Okay,
Bye,
Van,
Chris.
I'll talk to you later. Bye.